video. This is the video in which we will continue the user login that we created in our previous video. I will attach the link of that video in the description. So what we will do in this video is to save the data into Excel sheet. We will see how we can save the data like user login, password, and what we do with our code and save those data into the Excel sheet. Right now, first we will make few changes in this user login, and right now if we run this, we enter our user login and on 234 as a password. If we press the login button, it is appeared on here, and if we turn less and whatsoever it is, and then if we press stop, it will bring us here. So it is not changing, it should turn to nothing, so that every time a new user come, it should not see here like what it is appearing. So what we do is to go block diagram, just create a local variable. If the local variable works or not, let me see that. Let me see it, if those works or not. Create a local variable again. And now if we want this and press as a user login and press 1 2 3 4, now if we go back, yes, now it's working fine. Now there will be nothing to see, and now we will try to save these data into some Excel sheet. One thing that we must do with our code is to make it dependent on some event structure, like whenever these values change, only then these should be saved or this structure will work. Our main code should always be some proper way working. So right now what we do is edit events handled by this case, and on first event we select number 1, and then we add an event number 2. It means whenever these two numbers changes, only then this event will occurs, and then only it will add this number. And then now what we do is we want to stop this loop. If we run in this condition, these two numbers will be added, but this thing will not work. So what we do is to add an event case, and in that event case right now you can see there's no event in it. So we create an event of stop button. So press OK and put the stop button inside, and now it will work fine. Now we want to create an Excel sheet, right? So first we go to right delimited spreadsheet, and if I go to tools and options, I want to show you their names. Show VI names when dropped, so that whenever now I will throw any sub VI, it will show me its name, so that it will be easier to find out. So now the first thing is we can simply create a control or a file path, and then what we do is to store the data into Excel, right? So we will either create a, right now, wait for it, we want to see the username, password at the date when it is entered, and what is the action of that on the code. So we will create a build array function here, and then what we do is to add the username, password. You can either enter the message that appears here or not, but we will keep these two things. And now we want the date as well, so we go to time, and we want to get data and time string, and then we want the date and time string as a string function. We will first select, right now you can see the date string, so date string will be the first, and then we have a time string, so the time string will be our next, and then only we shall have our next create a build array function. So we will just pull it out from here to in this, and now we want this addition value to be added in this bundle, but we cannot directly attach to this bundle since both of these data types are different. One is string and one is numeric, dbl numeric. So what we do is to go to string and change the number to fractional strings. If we are using the dbl data type, which means we have uh, fractional numbers, then we should use this number to fractional string conversion. Now it is converted into string, and we will attach it into here. Now it is appearing me the last element it is showing here, but what I want is the whole conversation that is appearing meanwhile he is doing in this code. So what I do is to change it to indexing, so that all the values that will appear in the loop when it iterates, unless he press the stop button, all the values will be stored in this index, auto index tunnel, and then it will appear me on this bundle array. So now it is a 2D array, so we will attach it onto here, and now we'll create append to new file should be yes, true, otherwise it will not appear again and again. So now what are our delimiter is our should be a comma separated, which means our values should be separated in each tab, in each column. What if we, I think it is proper now, and if we try to run first, a path is created right now, which means if we put it inside or somewhere else, first we need to do is to go on our front panel and create a Excel sheet in the .csv format. Where is our .csv comma delimited extension? So it says I have already a book1.csv already, so what I want is to replace it, or you can create another file. So before running the program we must have to close this, and again go to our front panel, select the path from our desktop. Here is our book1.csv. I have selected this path, and now if I run and again enter the value of anything, now I have created a user login, and I have came again back. Now it is subtracting and adding 0.314 into adding. So again I press stop, again I come back. Now this time I do not enter a correct username, I enter a user or whatsoever and write wrong password and try to log in. Either wrong or username or password appears me here, and then again I come back and write a correct username and correct password, and again I log in. Now I stop this and stop the VI, and now I see what happens to my Excel sheet. Oh, it's appearing in the what is happening right now is it appears the date and time, but append to new file, transpose, what it is not showing me is it gave me the date, time, the user login only once. Alright, and then in the next time I didn't entered any value, so that's why it is showing me the user login. And whenever the wrong user login will be entered, it will not appear here because it is only giving me the right values. So what we can change in this is, right now what I can change to get the wrong user login is to add internal mode and indexing. Now if again I run this VI and try to log in with different times like 1 2 4, try to log in, change some number, sorry, 0.34 or whatsoever, so that it will appear like we are doing some work. And then again I try to enter with some different name, password, and try to log in, wrong username. And then again I try to enter with my correct password and entered. And now if we see, press stop, press OK, and go and see what happens to my file. So on this time we can see that the wrong username that he tried to enter is also saved in the Excel sheet, and the time with the date, and on the date time that is on which a correct username and password is entered, and the working flow of what he did in the meantime is also saved. This is good, but what if we want to we do not want to save the data? Like you see, every time we are doing some work, the data is saved in the same file. What if we do not want to save the data in the same file? We want to save, we have a large number of values and that we are saving, and we do not want to see it in the same file. What we do is we want to save it every time we run the VI. We want to save that in the separate in the separate file, and we do not want to select the file again and again. So we will make some changes here, like we will add an application directory. For that purpose, what we do is we will just delete this path file, and that path well, we want to create a path right now. So we go to save file and find out application directory right now. So this will allow us to select the path itself, we do is we want to add some functions like sorry we want to add build array function so that it will create the file. Before doing that, we also want to write names on it, so we will create along with the date and time, right? So right, so we will go to date, get date and time, and then we get date and time string that will be connected to here, and the date and time string shall be connected to here, and in the last we want to create a .csv file, and this constant shall be here, and in the end we want to connect this, but if we connect right now it will show us error because of the different data types. So what we do is go to string, find this path array function, path to array of string, path to string function, and path to string function. So right now it is converted to path to string, but if we connect it here right now in the same format, again it will give us error because of the different data types. So what we need is again go to path string and string to path converting so that it will save. Right now it is again giving me an error. Yes, it is again giving me an error. Why? Oh yes, one thing I'm forgetting is when we do such thing we have to configure the data. So in this case, if I go to configure, it is giving me an error right now. Let me see. Oh, we are making one mistake. We are using build array function instead of using concatenating string, so we will delete that thing completely so that we will concatenate the string, because we want to create the folder right now. So configure it, we connect it, and then we connect it with this create file if necessary. Yes, I want to create that, which is true. So right now what will happen is we will save this program and go to path of this program, and our path is right here, and create a new folder. Right now we must have to select the name of the folder as well. So what we select the name of our folder is, we delete it, we connect it to here, and create a constant of name. The name should be data log, and the name of the file should be again data, and let's see if it works or not. On YouTube channel we create a folder named as data log, and now let's see if it works properly or not. Now we are entering our username data 4 data login data 4 dot msv. Not correct. Alright. So we are getting an error in this way. So where we are making a mistake is we need to remove this, because the file path does not accept this file format. What we can do instead, if we want to save the data with the date and time, we can use another date time function, which is format date and time into string. Like first we will create its constant as year, percentage year, percentage month, and percentage day, and then small sign, so that we will save it with the day on which it is saved. And similarly, we want to save it along with the time basically, so we will change the time to percentage hour, percentage minute, and percentage second. So we will add the strings here, and add the next string is here. So now if we hit the run button and press LabVIEW and 1 2 3 4 user login, and now again we add some numbers, anything 0.314, so that it shows me that I am adding. Now stop again, stop the VI. Now what will happen if we go to file directory is another file is being generated in the data log. This is the file with the name that we have set it. We do not want to save it, as it contains the only data. Now again, if we run this VI, we will see that we have pressed LabVIEW as a username 1234 and press login and add some numbers, stop it, and then want to save it, yes, and third file is being generated with the exact changes. So that's how it is. I hope you like my effort. Thanks for watching.